lot of festivities with it, family gatherings, friend gathering at each other's houses. It's a lot of food and the food is always rich and laden. The new concept is to take a potluck and have 5 friends meet together. In today's cooking, I'm going to be creating a Mutton Yakhni Pulao, which is an all-time favorite. A lighter version of the heavier biryanis that go with celebrating Diwali, yet a sure sounding success at any party or potluck. While creating a Yakhni Pulao, it's always complex. Here I have simplified the entire process, yet get to creating a very starry wonder. Let's get to cooking it. 4 principles need to be kept in mind while creating a Mutton Yakhni Pulao. Firstly, the quantity of mutton versus the quantity of rice has to be equal. Always marinate the mutton in advance. So what I've done is I've marinated a kg of mutton with 2 tablespoons of red chili powder, the Kashmiri variety, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and 1 cup of yogurt with some salt. I've allowed it to sit for about an hour into a cooker, which is the best way to cook it. I've added 4 tablespoons of ghee, seared the meat nicely, added a cup of water, given it 2 whistles and switched off the gas. That I have strained. I've left the mutton in a bowl on the side and the stock in the other. So since the rice has 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water, I've added some warm water, creating the entire mix. Now comes the fun part of cooking this gorgeous creation. Into a stock pot, I'm going to add about 4 to 5 tablespoons of clarified butter or ghee. Just let it warm gorgeously well together. As the clarified butter or ghee has got nice and hot, now is the time to bloom your spices to scent this gorgeous creation. So in goes 10 cloves and I'm just going to allow it to sizzle. And here I have a whole lot of spice. I've got 1 star anise, 2-inch piece of cinnamon, 6 black cardamoms and about 10 green cardamoms going in, sizzling this gorgeous creation. What I've done is I've just toned the green cardamom so that you extract most of its flavor. 3 bay leaves, roughly toned, going in as well. And we're just going to allow this to scent the glorious clarified butter. As you get the sharp scents hitting your kitchen, in goes a teaspoon of cumin seeds. You can go right ahead and use some shahi jeera as well. And a teaspoon and a half of fennel seeds. Just allow this to saute, splutter a bit, not too much. In goes 1.5 tablespoon of finely chopped ginger, 6 cloves of garlic finely minced, 4 whole green chilies just slit to give you that heat. Allow all this to sweat and accentuate the flavor and just bask in the scents that this gives you. As this has sauteed just a little bit, in goes 2 red onions finely sliced and we're just going to let it soften now. As the spices and the onion have softened, and the purpose of a Yakhni Pulao is to have it highly flavorful and scented with all the spices that the Northwest Frontier bring to this cooking. So as you saute this, in goes the mutton that we had boiled and I'm just going to drop it in and allow it to get nice and hot. You just need to mix everything up before adding in the hot stock that we extracted while cooking this mutton. So here goes 10 cups of the warm, beautiful colored mutton stock and we're just going to bring this to a rapid boil. Seasoning this is important, so a fine sprinkle of some iodized salt. You can go right ahead and use sea salt or even rock salt if you're quite comfortable with the taste. Be a little careful though, because we have already marinated the mutton with salt while boiling it and extracting all the stock. So I like using the leg of the mutton so that it has the shank and it has the marrow that really scents this gorgeous creation. As you bring this to a boil, now is the time to just go right ahead and add in the rice and allow this to simmer to perfection. As this gorgeous, hearty broth comes to a roaring boil, I'm just going to enjoy the scents for about a minute longer. But in the meantime, here I've got 5 cups of a long grain rice, and I'm using basmati rice out here. What I've done is I've just washed it twice and I've soaked it for about 20 minutes, strained it, and that goes in. And we're just going to take out every bit of it. To excuse me, I'm using my hands because that's the best way to actually take out wet rice from a bowl. Give it a gentle mix. You do not want to break the rice, but you just want it to cook in this gorgeous, hearty, very saffrony yellow broth. Bring this to a boil and it's time to simmer it and cook it covered on the slowest possible heat. Now the next step here is extremely crucial. The moment you see the rice rising right up to the stock and simmering gently, it's time to lower the flame and cook this covered till the rice gets nice, light and airy. The purpose out here is to create that perfect dum, but be careful and cook it on the slowest possible simmer. If you're unsure, put a flat plate under the pot so that it has even cooking. As we allow the Mutton Yakhni Pulao to simmer, and I'm going to let it simmer on the slowest possible heat for about 20 minutes so that it cooks evenly and the rice gets nice and fluffy. Now is the time to create the perfect accompaniment that goes with it, bursting with freshness. Usually a Yakhni Pulao is enjoyed all by itself just with some sliced raw onions or a raita, but I'm taking a very Mediterranean twist by creating the perfect Tzaziki to go along with it. So here I've got 4 cucumbers that I've peeled, grated, added a bit of salt and squeezed out the excess water. That goes straight into a bowl. With that goes about 50 grams of mint leaves that I washed, dried and finely chopped it, just to give you that burst of freshness. We're going to season this, so we're going to add slight salt, not too much because you already added salt for the cucumber, and a burst of heat coming together with some freshly milled black pepper. So as we put that and mix it all in, the final straw is adding in some Greek yogurt. So here I've got about 450 grams of Greek yogurt going right in, and we're just going to allow everything to mix well with each other. I've used Greek yogurt out here just to aid in the creaminess and the beautiful texture that it brings. If you're not very comfortable using Greek yogurt, go right ahead and use any yogurt, but don't forget to add at least 100 ml of full fat cream to get the same result. As you mix it and you see the cucumber and the mint giving out that gorgeous speck, now you need some richness coming to this, and that gets through with some extra virgin olive oil. So about 20 to 30 ml of extra virgin olive oil going in this, just to give you that gorgeous Mediterranean dip, perfect to enjoy with a Yakhni Pulao. Just emulsify it, allow everything to mix with each other, and this is ready to be plated. Just keep whisking it, or mixing it rather, till you see the yogurt and the olive oil mixing, emulsifying beautifully and not having those curdled specks that actually spoil the overall look of this great, easy and simple creation. All we are going to do is plate this into a lovely bowl and chill it, not forgetting before adding a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil right on top. So I'm not going to waste anything out here. I'm just going to absorb everything, and spatulas really come handy while extracting every bit of this goodness from a bowl. A fine drizzle of olive oil on top, just to give you that beautiful yellow color right on this glorious white with specks of green right in. This needs to be chilled now and ready to be taken for my potluck. Exactly 20 minutes of allowing this to simmer. I've switched the flame off because I wanted to cook the last 5% with its own internal heat. But we're going to garnish it with an overload of dry fruits and browned onions. So here I've got some onions that I had gorgeously browned. I'm just going to sprinkle them on top, and this is just to elevate this and add to that glorious richness of this overall creation. Some garlic flakes that I had grilled, some raisins, some perfectly roasted cashew nut seeds, and you want a little bit of freshness, so here I have some air-dried mint leaves just scattered roughly on top, and this glorious creation is ready. This is a perfect lighter version of a biryani, and it's great to enjoy for a potluck or with friends or just a simple holistic meal all in itself. I'm virtually mesmerized by the scent that this Mutton Yakhni Pulao is bringing in my kitchen, and I'm this close to taking a small cook's treat on the side. I hope you enjoyed creating this gorgeous, light, yet so in tune with the festive season creation with me. Don't forget to share loads of love by hitting on the like button, and as I always say, don't forget to subscribe.